This is Barbell Therapy, the podcast helping women build strength, confidence, and self-trust through fitness and real conversations. I'm your host, Coach Kate. Get comfy and let's get into it. What is up, Barbell Therapy fans? And Merry Christmas, because this episode is coming out on Christmas. I've got like my reddish and my green here. And you might be wondering, why would you release a podcast on Christmas? And it's because, as I always tell you, there is no perfect time to do anything in your goals. Don't stop just because there's a holiday or a vacation. So here we are recording a podcast to be released on Christmas Day. Okay. Anyway, today I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable because I know there is a strong possibility that you're not actually set up for fat loss in 2026, but we are going to get you there by the end of this episode. Okay. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If fat loss were inside your comfort zone, would you still be carrying the same 15, 20, maybe 30 pounds that you've been trying to lose for years? And maybe you've even lost it, but you gained it all back. Now, before you shut down or get defensive, I'm not here to tell you that you're not trying hard enough. There are people on the internet telling you that, and frankly, I don't believe it's true. I'm here to give you an actual wake-up call. The majority of the women that I work with aren't failing because they're not trying hard enough, right? They're not lazy. They're failing because they're trying to change their body without actually changing the conditions that created it. Let me say that again. You're trying to change your body without actually changing your behavior, your habits, your mindset, and none of it will work or at least stick if all you're doing is staying inside of your comfort zone with some workouts and a couple of low-calorie meals. And that matters a lot if you want to look different in 2026 than any year before. You want to know why normal women struggle to lose weight? It's because you're staying normal. And what I mean by normal is things like drinking socially just because everyone else is, ordering what the table orders, avoiding discomfort, avoiding being perceived as difficult, avoiding standing out, and avoiding feeling like the odd one out. Okay. You're avoiding because you're a people pleaser to everyone but you. But girl, I am here to tell you that you deserve what you give away so freely to everyone else. And listen, none of that makes you weak. And that hardo discipline influencer on Instagram making you feel shameful and guilty, they aren't helping, okay? You're human, you're loving, you're caring, and you're empathetic. But that can also make fat loss really, really hard. So let's talk about where most of your weight loss plans actually fall apart. Why is it harder to not have a drink at dinner when everyone else is having one? And it's not because of your willpower or your motivation. It's because you don't want to be the oddball. You don't want to have to explain yourself. You don't want the, "Are you still dieting?" comments. You don't want to feel like you're ruining the vibe. So you say yes, even when you didn't actually want it in the first place. And then you drink it all because, hello, you spent your money on it. Okay. And then you wake up the next day feeling bloated, inflamed, frustrated, likely wondering why. Because you don't even realize the impact that meal, that drink, and the stress had on you. So now you're telling yourself, "I'll get back on track on Monday." Again. Even when we look at food, why is it so challenging to order a burger with a side salad instead of a burger, fries, and an app? Because, that's what everybody's getting. And it's because comfort lives in sameness. It lives where you refuse to change and leaving you not actually changing, okay? Comfort is eating what everyone else is eating, not thinking too much, not making a healthy choice in front of others, and not feeling judged or self-conscious, right? If staying comfortable worked, though, your body would actually reflect that. If fat loss was possible inside of your current comfort zone, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be restarting. You wouldn't feel frustrated and feel like there is something wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. What's wrong is the belief that you can keep living the same way over and over again and making the same choices, protecting the same comfort, and somehow get a different outcome. That's not how bodies work. It's not how psychology works. And it's not how identity change works. And if you want to lose weight and keep it off, then yes, you need an identity change. And I'm not saying you need to eat like 100% clean or cut out alcohol and french fries and everything yummy. All I'm saying is that you need to be willing to feel slightly uncomfortable socially, to say no without having to over explain yourself, to choose you and your goals without fear of feeling judged, and to be different in rooms you're used to blending into. Before you can be consistent, you need friction in order to lose fat, okay? Because you have to practice being the version of you who makes choices based on how she wants to feel tomorrow, can sit with discomfort, and doesn't need permission to take care of herself. So when I ask you if you're set up for fat loss in 2026, I'm not asking if you have a workout plan, if you know your macros, or if you have the motivation. What I am asking is, have you built the capacity to handle discomfort? Have you practiced saying no without feeling guilty? Have you stopped expecting fat loss to feel convenient? And have you created a life where your goals are allowed to matter? Because if nothing changes right now, 2026 will just be another year of, I'll start after this trip, I'll get serious after the holidays, I just need to get back on track. You won't be overhauling your life overnight, but you do need to stop waiting for fat loss to feel comfortable or there to be a comfortable time to start. Growth always feels awkward at first. Change always feels lonely before it feels empowering. Alignment costs you something. Things that are worth it are always worse before they're better. And the cost of saying the same is something that's already familiar to you, and you deserve better than that.